Heather, how you doing? Church on Sundays, yeah! There's church on Sundays! You can find me at Select.me. You can find me at Select.me. Or maybe you already on Select.me. www.select.me. Yeah! Hey, thanks for coming. And if you ain't at Select.me, we'll head on over there. Head on over there, because there's all kinds of good stuff, yeah! www.select.me, yeah! Well, this is my introductory video to Church on Sundays. Yeah, Church on Sundays, yeah! And my introductory video to the precursor to, well, all these other videos that I'm doing, that I'm putting out there that are going to talk about all these sorts of things. So we have to have the introductory video so you know kind of what we're talking about. And the first thing I want to talk about is how I became about Church on Sundays. And Church on Sundays started, and I thought, where'd you get that name? Church on Sundays. Church on Sundays. Well, as a kid growing up, it was all about going to church on Sunday. You got to get up and go to church. You got to go to get up to church on Sundays. Go to church on Sundays. And as a kid, you don't want to go to church. You want to go outside. You want to play. You don't want to have to go to church. You don't want to have to sit there in the pew and sit there and every once in a while have your mom reach over and grab your leg and dig her fingernails in your leg. And then you had to behave, but as I grew older and I noticed one thing, even subtly as a child, that people, we'll just say people, just use the definition of people. People were one person on Sunday, but then they were somebody else during the week, and it just didn't make sense to me because, you go to church, you listen to all this kind of stuff on church and what church has to have for you and what church says and then you're a different person during the week. And it wasn't just one person, it was several persons, several little peoples. Yeah, peoples. And, I remember distinctly that resonating with me when I was a kid. And, but it was always about going to church. And I remember one time my father said, I wish you'd find, after, I got to the point where I got to be a teenager where it was, they lost the battle and I stopped going to church. And I remember one time when I was older, my father said, I wish you'd go find a good church, so that's kind of where I got the name Church on Sundays, because, really it's for a lot of people, it's all about going to church. It's all about going to church. If you go to church, you're never going to church. Well, it's not about going to church. We're going to get to that later. But Rod and I, and and the hat too. The next topic, a lot of these religious figures, whatever they're preachers or priests or whatever they are, and they're wearing their little hats and everything. And so I got mine too. Yeah. You like it? You like my hat? Yeah, it's fine. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's real cool. Yeah. And, so we move on to the next thing, and that's about religion. And you know what I'm going to say, and I talk about this in my other videos, I know too, and that there's that God is of no religion. What has religion done? Religion has done nothing but separate us, right? It's separated us. And we've got all these different religions that are out there, and their version's right, and your version's wrong, and our version's right, and your version's wrong, and we've got all these different religions. Well, God is of no religion because the matter is that there's one religion, and that there's one God, and that we're all God's family, okay? Every single person on this planet, we're all creation. We are all God's family. That's the truth. But you will get people to belong to religions that will sit there and argue up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down till you're blue in the face. And then, you just keep going on. You could argue with people about, but the basic truth really is, period, whether you wish to accept it or not, God is of no religion. And all these religions have been created, and the biggest thing that it's done is it's separated everybody. It's separated the family. And there is no need for any religion, because one of the things about religion that I have really noticed that religion has been created for, and that's to try to control people. Right? It's right. You believe what we do, and this is our doctrine, and we've got our little version of whatever the book we're reading, and this is the way it is, and you're gonna do this. Or some of them are out there really doing, even today, are killing other people of other religions. And think about that. God is not really God is of God's love. God is of love. God's love. And to think that these people are out there, if you don't believe what we're going to believe, we're going to kill you. Yeah, does that really give you a hint to the fact that God's really in their heart? Seriously. God is really in their heart. No, they're a part of a religion that has taken a doctrine and gone down a path with it to think some sort of crazy stuff that if you don't believe that what we believe, then they're going to kill you, And I mean, that is just preposterously. I like that. Just new word. I think I just invented it. Preposterously ridiculous. All right? Preposterously. I think it's a new one. Maybe we should preposterously. He very preposterously said that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. God is not resonating in the hearts of those people that think that if you don't believe what we believe based on our religion, then you're, whatever, you're damned and you're going to hell, and that's just a bunch of phooey. It's a bunch of phooey. Really makes me kind of sick about it, because you know what? Religion has had its place. But as far as I'm concerned, it'll be the greatest thing in the world when, and I've said this before, I know I've said this, well, I will say this in one of my other videos, is that the greatest day is when all the churches and all the churches of the world are just closed, and we go and we come together in the streets and we get together with our neighbors and we worship just God, okay? And we worship God together as a family. All right? There's no need for any labels. There's no need for any identity in any particular religion or anything at all. It's not needed. It's not needed, and this is a pretty bold statement, and some people are going to go scream into the roofs when they hear me say this right now. And there's that, evil created religion, and evil created religion, and I'm using the word evil. I'm using the word evil as kind of a universal thing, because there's other names out there too. But the bottom line is that we're in spiritual warfare, and it's good against evil. That's as basic as we're going to get with it. You know what I'm saying? That's as basic as we're going to get with it. You know what I'm saying? Good and evil, and it's my opinion to say that evil is the one that created religion, because religion separated everybody, right? It separated everybody in their own little directions and their own little thing based on what they think and what the books they decided to create and all this kind of stuff. And they can sit there and say that it's inspired by God and blah, blah, blah. It's inspired by whoever it is that they're calling God. When I say friends, I said friends. Why can't we all just call him God? Really? Seriously? Why can't we all just call him God? Seriously? Really? God, period. Because that's all you need. I think evil created religion. And you know what? Here's where people are going to lose their minds. Evil stepped in and created Christianity too, because he saw, Christ, we'll call Christianity, right? And then what did it do? It created a group of it created a separation, and that group of people, they'll argue with you till your face turns green about that one, okay, because they don't want to accept what is, and if you don't do this, then you're damned to hell, you know. And looking down your nose at, well, like one guy even said, you know, looking down your nose at other people, and if you don't do this, then if you don't do this, you don't do this. You know what? It's no better. It's really, in certain aspects, as far as I'm concerned, it's really no better out there than the you know, the religious nuts that say if you don't do what we do and how we do it, you deserve to die, you know, and we're going to kill you too on top of it. So the bottom line is, I want to get it to you, the truth, and to get it to you, the truth is that there's one God, there's one family, and we're all God's family, okay? And the sooner that we get to the really concept of that and really get on page with that, then we can start to really move in the power of the truth, because here's what it's about. Here's what it's about. It's about relationship. It's about relationship. It's not about religion. It's not about labels. It's not about whatever kind of doctrine. And I don't care what religion is out there. I don't care if it's the science one or the New Age one or whatever kind of religion that's been created out there. It's all this hooey and all these doctrines and all these books and all this stuff, okay, to do, and clanging the bells and wearing the hats and all this kind of stuff, you know, all this kind of stuff, and you know, all this kind of stuff, and then we all got our religion. It's about relationship. It's about relationship. It's about having a relationship with God. It's about being in communication with God. That's what He wants. He wants your time. He wants your attention. He wants your recognition. He wants your love. He wants your attention. He wants your devotion. He wants everything that you can give to Him. He wants your faith towards Him. He wants your belief in Him. He wants all of those things that I just said. Do you understand me? Well, I sure you do. Well, I sure you do. It's about relationship. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. One God, one religion, and that there's one God and that we're all God's family. And you know, I've run across people that belong to other religions. And here's the thing, and here's what brings me to a couple of examples. God is love. And you can tell somebody who knows God by the fact that God's love is in their heart, by the fruits that they produce in their life, right? One time I'm in Ukraine, and I'm at this monastery thing, you know, and they're, you know, those dudes are wearing their little get up and go outfits, right? And their hats, they're kind of cool hats in a way, these black ones that are shaped all, I don't even know how to tell you, so I got my camera, and this one guy's walking by, and I said, you know, can I take a picture? And he's like, oh, no. You know, and immediately what goes through my mind, and I'm spiritually developed, I'll tell you what, is that what immediately goes through my mind is that the love of God is not in the heart of that man. Even though he's this religious figure in this church, the love of God is not in the heart of that man, because you want to know something? Because here's the rest of the part of the story, right? So I'm out there, I'm still there, and he walks by, and I'm really kind of disappointed because, you know, again, it's about religion, you know, here at this place that I'm at. And then there's this other guy, and he's standing about, he's standing over across this kind of like courtyard thing from me, and I raised my camera, and he gave me the kind of like, sure, and he's had a smile on his face, and I'm real intuitive. I pay attention to facial expressions and everything, and just the way his face lit up, I saw light in his face to an extent. I mean, really, not like a light like bing, but I mean, you know, when you see somebody's face light up, right? I mean, his face lit up. He was smiling. I saw the posture in his body, and he welcomed me to take his picture. And I can't remember exactly what I said. I wish I did, but it was something obviously to the extent it was he said, God be with you, brother, or something like that, you know? And it's like, there's the difference right there. It's all about the fact that whether God's in your heart or not, period. That's what it's about, okay? It's about relationship. It's about spending time with God. It's about giving your devotion to Him. It's about giving you time. And there's some great benefits to that, believe me. And my videos, they're going to get into that. They're going to get into that. They're going to get into that. And all these videos, please, listen to these videos in succession because they kind of build on each other. They're going to jump around a lot. I mean, they're going to jump around. You know, they might jump around a lot, but there's things that I'm going to talk about, you know, as far as, you know, self-realization. Self-realization is realizing who you are as an individual on this planet and the spirit that you are. Because all this came from the journey that I went on because I wanted to know who God was. I didn't go to any churches. I didn't do anything. I started having a relationship with God. That's what it's about. I started having a relationship with God, and I went on a long journey, and I'm still on it. We're still on it, and it's still going. It's still going, but I found God through relationship, not by reading any books, not by reading any doctrine, not by going to any church. It's about relationship, and it's nurturing that relationship, and you will. I promise. I promise. I promise. If you watch these videos that I got for you, if you watch these videos that I got for you, yeah, I'll give you some direction on it because I want to help you. I want to help people. I want to help people. I want to bring people together. There's too much hate in the world, and there needs to be love, and God is love, and we need to bring God. Not any separation, not any labels, not anything. You understand me? I bet you do. Well, thanks for watching this video, because, well, I enjoyed making it, and I'm glad and thanks for watching it. Yeah.